My dad, when he was a kid, played with Charlie Parker, he played with Thelonious Monk, played with Billie Holiday. When he'd go into Harlem and like to all black clubs, they loved him so much because he could swing. And he was a great cat. My dad was a drummer, my brother's a drummer, and I was around it, and I just played drums all the time. So it was drums, 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 drums. And then I'm fortunate because my family was very artistic and very sensitive. And one thing that they wanted me to do was to have a well-rounded musical education. Music was a very big part of our family, and for me, they suggested, look, you know, you play drums, why don't you learn an instrument that is completely polar opposite of drums? So just try something totally different. So I became a cello player and sucked. Because growing up as a drummer, you know, to try to explain to some people that, oh, he's a really musical drummer or he plays so melodically, people are going, what, drums melodically? So I didn't realize that I actually had melody as far as real pitch because I was so bad at cello, but when I picked up the bass, it was such a great combination between rhythm and harmony that it just like instantly gelled, because the bass truly is the core of any rhythm section, any style of music. It's the foundation harmonically and rhythmically. You are the pulse and the chord changes as well. I didn't know I had melody, so when I started playing, it just kind of blew up. So it all stemmed from being a bad cello player into accidentally playing the bass, and it was like, that was it. I always wanted to make a record that was all funky, kind of groovy tunes and still play the upright bass. And maybe that's where the name Downright Upright comes from, because it's kind of on the funky side. And in it, I'm fortunate that a lot of smooth jazz stars and just a lot of really great players are my friends. So it was kind of a neat opportunity to get a cast of characters that normally wouldn't play on a record like this, where you can come into the studio and play with your friends and just say, play whatever you want for as long as you want, I don't care. Just play, hear the tunes. No rehearsal. There was so much fun and there was so much love in the sessions and such a great feeling that the musicians for a week or two were like emailing me and calling me just going, man, that was the most fun session I've ever done, or thank you for having me on it. I mean, it was truly a special thing. I love my traditional jazz chops. It's incredible music. It's the expertise with which to play it. You devote your entire life to it. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other forms of music that aren't as valid. I like going different places. I love being challenged. I love getting my butt kicked by doing different things or trying to assume different roles, which is why I do a lot of the different things with the basses that I do, because it forces me to think differently. It forces me to play differently. And that keeps you on your toes and keeps you evolving, you know? So I think it's neat to explore all of this and have it come in, and that's why on a smooth jazz record I can have a 10-minute South African tribute, because it's music and it's real and it's right and it fits and it feels good and it's positive. That's what music is anyway. You know, that's why I can do a straight ahead jazz record or a fusion record. It's all coming from the same place, and that's why I love to do that, is to tap into all these different parts of who I am and who we are as people and document it musically, but try to do it in a way where everybody can kind of get it and understand it, where it's not too crazy, you know? So my smooth jazz fans might like something traditional, or something that's a little different, or something that's fusion, or something that's Brazilian, or something like that, because there's something about it that maybe they can grab onto. You know, I don't know, but what a beautiful thing to try to do. This record was spontaneous. It's a funky, groovy, kind of feel-good record that was done in the spirit of a jazz record, yet it's got the groove and the sound of a smooth jazz record, if that makes sense. And that's what's cool about it. It truly does walk its own line. So these guys were just having a blast because they could just play and have fun, and if we screwed up, we screw up. We do another take, we do whatever. It's like it just didn't matter. So it was really fun to be able to do that.